in the future. No, I'm not a prophet. Good afternoon to everyone watching us live on the Africa, Kumo Africa. So we welcome you all as you are joining us on another episode for today on Voice of Africa. I remain yours, Kumo Africa. For the Spirit is saying, I sing. My greetings to everybody watching me live now on our Facebook page. If you are here in Nigeria, it's a good afternoon to you all. If you are outside the country, is that evening or morning or afternoon, I greet you all. I remain yours again, Kumo Africa. To all our viewers all over the world, Africa, America, Caribbean, I welcome you all to another episode. As I've rightly said, this program is trying to educate our brothers and sisters all over the world who don't know much about Africa. We are here to enlighten us about what is happening in Africa. We are here to engage us, to enlighten, to put more light on those things that we don't know about Africa. So let me greet in African way. I say Sanbonani to those who are in South Africa. I say Dumela to you. Also, I say Hoi Midaf to those who are in South Africa. Also in Nigeria, I will say good afternoon, Ekaso Inaoni. So I'm greeting all of you in Nigeria. Also in Uganda, I greet you. I say Abarisa to all of you over there. To everybody in the world, I remain yours, always Africa. I believe in Africa, and I believe that we can grow Africa together. If we are ready to unite, we can become one in Africa. We can develop Africa. We can make Africa work again. If you and I can unite and make Africa the one continent where all the continent will need to come to, where other continent would like to visit. In the book of Revelation, there is warning for the nation. Either you are black or you are brown in color of your skin. Either you are mixed race from different parts of Africa. We are one, or you are within Africa or outside Africa. And your root is here in Africa. I represent you today. I'm with you today to let you know that Africa will be great one day. Don't forget, the cradle of human race started from Africa. According to the history, Africa is the cradle of human race. Let's unite. To all my viewers, my audience all over the world, this is the same Kumo Africa you have been watching in South Africa, now presently in Nigeria. So I hope you will join me too to continue our program as we used to do over there. theme of this program that we'll be having on Kumu Africa Facebook page and YouTube page. This one will focus on, as I've said earlier on, that is Voice of Africa. We'll be talking about many things to educate ourselves about Africa. Even our brothers who don't know anything about Africa, and our sisters who don't know anything about Africa. This is the platform for you to learn more about your root, to learn more about what is happening in Africa, to learn more on how we can develop Africa. It is with you and I. That is how we can develop Africa. We will not call somebody out. I am saying we will not call people from outside to come and do it for us. It is we Africans that will do it for ourselves. It is when we are serious about our continent, that is when others will help us to be serious about our continent too. So let's work together to make Africa great again. In the book of Revelation, if there is anything you want to engage me with or you want to contribute, like observation and other things you want us to be doing on this program, you can put it in our comment section so that we will know. This program is for everybody, it's for our audience. So you are free to pour out your mind. You are free to let us know what and what not to do on the program. You can encourage us, you can advise us on other things you want us to be doing on this show. You just put it on the comment, then we'll yield to the advice given to us. So let's go. If you joined me last week on our show, we discussed about regions in Africa, part 1. So today we are going to focus on regions in Africa, part 2. Last week we discussed about West Africa. Today we'll be discussing about Central Africa. If possible, we can also talk about Southern Africa today, so that because there are not many in those countries, so we can put them together. Then we'll be talking about Central Africa, likewise Southern Africa. Last week we discussed about Western Africa, like more or less like 15 or 16 countries in Africa, in Western Africa. So today we'll be discussing about Central Africa. So if you have anything in your mind, like any other programs you want us to include into our show, there's no problem. If you want to advertise also, we have our platform for that, where we advertise, we play jingle of different businesses and the likes on our show. So this song will make us to know that African businesses, they are very important. We need to develop ourselves in every aspect. So either you are in Africa or outside Africa. If you are African living in another continent, you are welcome to advertise your program, your businesses and the likes here. So we remain yours too. So this is a platform to encourage us in Africa, to enlighten us and to educate us about things happening in Africa. Some people were asking me last week that Nigeria, some they don't even know, will be putting like highlight, like just a tip, like takeaway for everybody on every show, so that we'll get to know more about Africa. Some were asking me, one of the viewers last week, that Nigeria, that he or she wants to know more about Nigeria. Nigeria is a country. It's a country in Africa. It's also situated in western part of Africa. But what I will tell you that is the population, the person was asking about the population of Nigeria. Now, according to the record now, as of 2025, the population of Nigeria is 230 million plus. 230 million plus. That is the population in Nigeria as at 2025. So it's the largest, is the most densely populated country in Africa. That is Nigeria. And the capital, as I said earlier on last week, Nigeria, the capital of Nigeria is Abuja. So we have over 500 tribal languages. I mean, the languages, the indigenous languages in Nigeria is over 500. Over 500 languages in Nigeria. So we have like the most, we categorize them into three in Nigeria, different from English language. English is an official language in Nigeria. And also, we have the three most recognized pronouns where all the tribal, other indigenous languages are being put. We have the three indigenous languages in Nigeria. That is Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. Those are the three most recognized languages, indigenous languages in Nigeria. But we have over 500 indigenous languages in Nigeria. So with this, I think I've answered the question of one of our viewers last week who asked about the population of Nigeria. That's what I said earlier on. We are more than 230 million plus population of people living in Nigeria. So with this, we'll continue with our show today. If you have any comment, you can put it under our comment section. If you have anything you want to ask us, you can also put it there. So the platform is meant for everybody, the son and the daughters of Africa. This is the platform for you to be enlightened and to be educated about things happening in Africa. So today, we'll be discussing about Central Africa. Last week, we discussed about West Africa countries. Today, we will be talking about Central African countries. There are some African brothers and sisters whom they have been asked. You can go on internet, different social media platform where they'll be asking our brothers, even outside Nigeria, outside Africa, maybe they're in other countries like Caribbean, Brazil. We have our African brothers in Brazil, in Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, Bahamas, and many other countries like that, where they want to know much about the root, where they came from, that is Africa. So when they started asking some of them questions related to the countries in Africa, they don't know it. So this is the platform to let you know that we have a lot of countries in Africa, over 54 countries in Africa. Last week I mentioned West African countries. Today we are going to be discussing about Central Africa countries. Number one that I will mention today is Angola. Angola is a country situated in Central African part of the continent. So this Angola, the capital of Angola is Luanda. Luanda is the capital of Angola and is one of the countries in Central Africa. So we have Angola as one of the countries in Central Africa. I have seen the future. I think we youth in Africa, this is the time for us to think. This is the time for us to visualize the future of Africa. Africa is coming up. Africa is rising. The moving train is moving. So we need to move with the moving train in Africa. Africa is no more stagnant. We are to make it move. African youth, it is left to you to make it work. Africa will be great one day. The second country in Central Africa is Cameroon. Cameroon is just a neighboring country to Nigeria too. Even they have like a geographical land that are connected them together. So Cameroon is another country in Central Africa, and we have the capital as Yaoundé. Yaoundé is the capital of Cameroon. So the Cameroon I'm talking about is closer and closer to Nigeria, is closer to Togo and many other African countries that they share borders together. Also, we have another country known as Central African Republic. This Central African Republic is another country in Central Africa. And Central African Republic, they have their capital known as Bangui. Bangui is the capital of Central African Republic. They used to call it CAR, Central African Republic. So they have their own capital as Bangui. Also, we have another country known as Chad. Chad Republic. It's CHAD. It's called Chad Republic. So Chad is another Central African country in Africa here. And Chad Republic we're talking about, they have their capital known as Ndejama. So Ndejamina. So that's the name of the capital. So Jamina. So N'Djamena, they pronounce it like N'Djamena. It's N. It started with N. N-D, but D will not sign N'Djamena. So that's the capital of Chad. So we have another country in Central Africa known as Congo. So they call it Congo Brazzaville. So Congo Brazzaville is another country in Central Africa. So, and the capital of Congo Brazzaville is Brazzaville. So we have Congo Brazzaville as the country, and the capital of Congo Brazzaville is Brazzaville. Also in Central Africa, we have another country, Congo. They have two separate countries. Now we have another one called DR Congo. The first one I mentioned earlier on is Congo Brazzaville, in which they have their capital as Brazzaville. Also we have DR Congo, in which their capital is Kinshasa. Also, we have another country in Central Africa known as Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is also situated in Central Africa, and their capital is known as Malabo. we have another country called Sao Tome and Principe. Sao Tome and Principe. So this one is another Central African country, Sao Tome and Principe. And the capital of that Sao Tome and Principe is Sao Tome. So these are the countries under Central African in the continent of Africa. So this one I just mentioned, those are the countries that we can find under Central Africa. That is, they are also categorized under Central Africa. Then before we go on, that's it, maybe we can still move to Southern Africa. As I said earlier on, that I'm going to combine the two together and mean Southern is Central African and Southern Africa, so that we know those countries that fall under the two categories of Central Africa and Southern Africa. Before we move to the Southern Africa, let's go on a break.
Oh my God, I failed JAMB again. My friend, leave JAMB alone and move to Crestfield College of Health Technology, Erin Osuntede campus. Is now admitting for the 2025-2026 academic section. Since you are passionate about health care, kickstart your career. Purchase your form with just 10,000 naira with your 5 O-level credits. And waiting results are accepted. You can apply for exciting programs like community health, environmental health, pharmacy, health info management, and more. We are using this medium to call the people of today and its environment to call. For inquiries, call 07037963958, 08102427615, 08038900328. Crestfield College of Health Technology, shaping professionals for a healthy tomorrow.
Thank you very much. That is one of our jingles here. So you can patronize and register if you're in Nigeria, you can register, especially if you're in Oyo State, you can just go to Atisbo local government. Today is the headquarters of the local government. You can register your kids there for their other programs. We have colleges and College of Health Technology, which is situated. It's a new Health Technology College situated in Tede, and the program will start by September. So if your kids, if your wards are interested in acquiring anything related to health technology, so you should just go there. They have their various programs where you can apply to. Just get it. Just 10,000 naira is their form. So with that, you can join them. By September, the program will commence. So you can, if you go to our Facebook page.
Jáàmù máa ti jáwé kulẹ̀ lọ́dún yìí. Ọ̀rẹ́ wa ìjáàmù lọ́rùn sílẹ̀ ríra lọ sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ tó gbóǹtẹ̀ ìjọba Crestfield College of Health Technology, Ẹ̀rìn Ọ̀ṣun-Dédé campus. Fún onírúurú ẹ̀kọ́ nípa ìlera bíi community health, environmental health, pharmacy, health info management àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Pẹ̀lú 5 O-level credit rẹ̀, ó yá òun tí èsì ìdánwò máa bọ̀ fún ètò ẹ̀kọ́ 2025-2026. Owó fọ́ọ̀mù ìgbaniwọlé ọ̀pọ̀ rárá. Wàá gba fọ́ọ̀mù rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú 10,000 naira. Owó iléèwé wọn kò sì ga ju ara lọ. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ̀lé ní Dédé àti agbègbè yìí láńretí kódà kò jẹ́ ọ̀nà jíjìn ẹ̀ máa bọ̀. Tàbí kẹ́ẹ̀pẹ̀ sí orí àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 07037963958, 08102427615, 08038900328. Crestfield College of Health Technology ló ṣètò ẹ̀kọ́ tó yè kúrò fún ìgbà yín lálàáfíà ọjọ́ ọ̀la.
Yeah, thank you very much. At least you can hear that. That's we played it in both English and Yoruba so that those who don't understand English will also understand the other language we played with. So join the CRESFAIR. You can get the format when you get to today, or you call the number, check our platform, you will see the numbers to call there. So today, as I've been told that my time is up, so I don't want to go beyond the time. I don't want you people, our audience, our viewers, to get bored about our program. So that if there's any comment, if there's any advice, any observation related to our program, just let us know. If there is anything you want us to be doing also, you can put it. That's why I said that we are still test running, so that we can know what our audience wants and what we can adjust with our own program here. So by God's grace, next week we are going to have that of Southern African countries. We want us to learn. Even our kids, they can learn from our program here, because some, they don't even know some countries we have in Africa. So we want to be educating us about all those things, so that even our kids, either in primary school, either in secondary school, either in colleges of education, universities and the like, they can also get to know all this and have the knowledge of their continent, which is Africa. Africa belongs to you and I. Nobody will help us to tell the story of Africa. We are to tell the story by ourselves, and we are to develop our countries by ourselves. The problems of Africa will be solved by the Africans. Nobody will come to do that for us except ourselves. I remain yours, Kumo Africa. Till next week, let's meet at the actual time next week. By this time next week, I remain yours, Kumo Africa. Bear with me. Just have it in mind that Africa is one. No other continent that it is beautiful compared to Africa. Africa will be one. Africa will be united, and we are the one to unite Africa. Till next week, bye for now.